Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my no makeup look. I thought this was perfect just because we're, getting into spring and summer, and I know personally I never wear as much makeup just because we're out in the sun a little bit more and we just want more of a fresh, dewy look. Also, I'm just really inspired by Selena Gomez because I think she is just the epitome of natural beauty. I think she is absolutely stunning and she always rocks a very beautiful no makeup or minimal makeup look all the time. I know I look nothing like her, but it was just, for inspiration. So if you guys want to see my no makeup look, then just keep on watching. All right, starting with a fresh face. I don't think I'm going to go in with primer today. I'm going to go right to foundation just because on an everyday basis, I don't really tend to wear primer. That's just how I do my makeup, but if you want to use primer, then go ahead. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Giorgio Armani. I feel like I have such a hard time saying that. My mouth wants to say Armani. Anyways, the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Foundation in number 6 because I did do a little bit of a self-tan last night. I am wearing the Bella Mianta Medium Lotion and I really, really like it because it's not too intense. I feel like my hands didn't get too crazy at all. So I'm going to apply this with my Beauty Blender. That's how I like it. I'm just going to do one pump and a half. I'm just going to put this all over my face. This has been my favorite foundation the past couple of weeks. It honestly just goes on beautifully and I feel like it really wears nicely too. Okay, now going in with my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in Custard. I'm just gonna go over any areas that I have a little bit of redness or darkness, mostly on some of my scars that haven't really faded yet. So I have some here and here. So I'm just gonna use this concealer because it's kind of a little bit more like my skin tone. And then I'm gonna go in with a lighter concealer under my eyes. I always feel like no makeup actually requires the most amount of time because you don't want to look like you're wearing makeup, so you actually have to spend a lot of time blending the product out and making it look so effortless. So it actually ends up taking more time than just putting a whole bunch of makeup on and bronzing your skin up and highlighting. So it really just comes down to taking your time and making your skin look like skin. In the end, obviously it looks like you're wearing not a lot of makeup, your skin just looks perfected, but I always find no makeup actually is the most time consuming. I'm filming this while Sandy's getting her fur trimmed / maybe shaved. Her hair, since she's a Cavalier mini toy poodle, the silkiness and then the curly coarseness mixed, just it naps so quickly, which is such a shame because she has the most adorable coat of fur and it's just so shaggy and it wiggles with her butt and I love it so much, but it does get quite knotted and they're like, you should get her cut every 6 to 8 weeks. And I was like, no, I want my shaggy Sandy. So it's gonna be interesting when I pick her up. I feel like she's gonna look like a different dog. Okay, for concealer under our eyes, I'm gonna take the Becca Aqua Luminous. Is it called that? Aqua Luminous in Light. And I'm only gonna use a little bit of this just because I don't want my under eyes to look cakey at all. I've been using a new eye cream. I use the Olay Radiance eye cream in the day. And then also on top of my makeup, I know that sounds weird, but it does break up any, creasing of makeup if I've had my makeup on for a long time. But at nighttime, I've been wearing the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Eye Cream and it's amazing. It soaks into your skin right away. It doesn't create that top greasy layer at all. Big fan of it. I never like to go too close to my bottom lash line just because I find that's where it creases easily. So far I feel like my skin looks and feels like skin as well. I love this combination of foundation and concealers. I just feel like I just look fresh and radiant, although I would get oily if I didn't set it. So I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever pressed setting powder and just put this under my eyes and in my T-zone where I get oily very fast. Moving on to bronzer and to give a little bit of life back into my face and also bring the tan up into my face because I never tan my face just because I'm so scared it's gonna clog my pores. I'm taking the Giorgio Armani, this is like a bronzing highlighting kind of thing, although I feel like there's no really highlighting component to it. I wouldn't say it's like a true matte bronzer, but it definitely isn't shimmery at all. I love it. It was in my March favorites, so you guys will see it in action. I'm taking it on my Luxie 508 Duo Fiber Stippling Brush, swirling it around, getting all of the colors, and then I'm just gonna kind of hit my face where the sun would naturally hit it. Also, I lowered the back shelf just because it was here before, so I feel like this is a better height. What do you guys think? I didn't move the hexagon shelf, I just kind of repositioned the camera So you can see a little bit more. I have a cute little succulent in it. Although when I picked it up at B&Q, right when I bought it, I like dropped it and half the leaves are like crushed. So I had to like turn it to the back, but it's really cute in there. I'm kind of bringing in like a gray, light pink kind of vibe for spring, and then I'll just change it around for summer and, you know, every season, but I think it's good for now. So as you can see, this bronzer is like not too intense or deep or orange at all. It just gives that perfect sun-kissed effect to your face. I just really love the way it looks, and it really goes with my tan. And I don't know, I really love how it sits on my face, and it just blends really lovely. So that's it for bronzer. Before we head on to blush, I'm gonna do my highlighter, just because for an everyday no makeup look, you wouldn't wear a lot of highlighters. So I'm gonna use my highlighter first and then my blush on top to just kind of mute it a little bit. I'm going to be using my Ofra Rodeo Drive highlighter. I love this highlighter. It is beautiful. It's very intense. So I'm gonna be taking it on this Loud L8 brush. I love these brushes. They're from Canada, they're vegan, and I just think they're amazing. So I'm just gonna swirl this around, really tap it off, and then hit the high points of my cheek, really blending it in, my brow bone, this little area of my nose, like right at the bridge, the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and then the same on the other side. Really blending it in just so that it looks luminous and glossy rather than so stark and highlighty. Is that even a word? I'm also going to take a little bit on my pinky and just pop that into the inner corner of my eye to open it up a little bit. I love doing this every day, whether I'm wearing makeup or no makeup. It's just something to kind of open up your eyes and make them look nice and awake. Quickly before blush, I'm just going to blend that all in with that brush that we applied the bronzer with, just so that it looks all blended and skin-like. Moving on to blush, I'm using the new Benefit California blush. This smells like the beach. It's amazing. Again, a lot of these things were actually featured in my March favorites, and obviously I am using them a lot still because I love them. I'm actually just gonna use the brush that it comes with. I actually don't mind it. I know it's not like the best brush ever, but I'm too lazy to go over there and get a blush brush. So it is a really pretty peachy coral color, and it does have a gold sheen to it. So I think this is perfect for spring. It's definitely gonna give a healthy effect to your face. So I'm just gonna put this on the apples of my cheek and blend it upwards. I'm also gonna put this in the crease of my eye, a little bit on my nose and my forehead. Don't worry if you feel like you put a little bit too much, we're gonna blend it out afterwards. I always find that blush is like the first thing to fade throughout the day. I don't know why, like your bronzer doesn't fade, but your blush always does. Does anyone know why? I think it's weird. Going back to that stippling brush, I'm just gonna quickly blend that all together. So for my brows, I really want a natural, you know, brushed up effect. So I'm taking the Benefit Gimme Brow. This is the lighter shade, and I'm gonna brush this through my brows. That was a lot in the front, whoops. But what I'm gonna do is actually brush my hair the opposite way, just so that the fibers really attach to my brow hairs to really fill it out and, you know, cover any sparse areas. Moving on to our eyes, I wanna create a little bit of a thicker lash line without creating a full-on winged liner, which I would normally do. So I'm gonna take my Urban Decay Whiskey 24/7 liner. It's a gel liner, so you can kind of manipulate how you want the effect to be. It can be smudged out, or it can be a little bit more stark. So I'm gonna put this right in my lash line and kind of wiggle it in so that you can't really see it, but it does give the appearance of a fuller lash line. So for mascara, I'm going to be using my Rimmel Lash Volume ×10. You guys know I love this stuff, hands down one of my favorite mascaras ever. I am going to curl my lashes just so that I get the most out of them, just because we're not wearing lashes and I'm not gonna do too many coats of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and put on 1 to 2 coats of mascara. Okay, so that is it for eyes. Really simple and easy to do. You can obviously put more wherever you feel necessary. This is just my preference of my no makeup. So moving on to lips. My favorite no lip liner is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. I feel like it's your lip color but better, and it really does just emphasize the shape of your lips without looking like you overline them. If you want more of a matte finish with your lips, then you can just leave it here, but I do find that my lips would get quite dry if I just didn't put anything on top. So I'm going to be putting the Sugar Lip Treatment from Fresh, which is really hydrating, and I just keep this in my purse at all times just to kind of touch up my lips if they're feeling dry. So this just gives a really nice sheen to your lips and also accentuates the color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!